Alright, hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing with our Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.3 preview playthrough as the Greater Maldruid. In the last episode, which was recorded in the same live recording session on Twitch as this one, we finished off the Imperial Remnant territory up in the northeast here. Today we're going to start off by making our way into the CSA. We'll probably need to build up a bigger ground force now that we've lost a good portion of our units there. But what I want to do after that is probably push into the New Republic over here, get down to Kessel, and maybe into Honoghr and Desusha. And at some point we will invade some of the Hapen territory too. We did start building our first Bellator over here, the Tupaka, which is it's just over a third done, so it'll still be a while yet, but hopefully we'll be able to start using that. I think we'll start with this fleet going into Ession though. So, damn.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
So this will be Sunday's episode. Yeah, so I talked about it at the start of the last episode, which again was recorded the same day as this. This episode, last episode, and Tuesday's episode are all being recorded right now, live on Friday, because I have some other stuff that I need to get a little bit ahead on recording for personal reasons, and yeah. So spoiler alert. Alright, so this is our first battle against the CSA. They only have some Lucre Hulks, which don't have their new armaments yet. They are getting pretty much entirely redone. And there's the Citadels here, which are a weird kind of gunshipy type unit. They're a squadron, but they're not really fighters. It's the kind of unit we don't really have covered in the mod very much yet. And they have a bunch of really old, terrible fighters.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, let's get our allegiance in here. That is Doniger.
Coming around.
Then we'll get Arizona Kid, Judicator, Strong Like Bear,
Right away.
Red Rocket, Fury, Rar Quinton Ovu,
Coming about.
and Death Pending.
Reinforcements canceled.
Nope. Death Pending.
En route.
Car gone. Car gone.
We're on our way.
I know the car's gone. Where did it go? Hopefully, I do think the Allegiance, or the Invincible, is at the next planet. Or one of the planets. The heroes should still spawn, so as long as Kryn is there, we should be able to fight at least one Allegiance. Unfortunately, because I mention this like every episode now, but the AI was just set to the infrastructure building one as opposed to the actual galactic active one. So that's why they only have this stuff and haven't taken any other territory or built up more. But in the regular mod they will have, or they will be a lot more active. Which would have made this probably a more challenging playthrough too than it already has been, which was pretty challenging at the start. And it's going to get more challenging again as we start pushing in the PA in an hour.
Target those lasers. Copy. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
Alright, Lucre Hulk's fighting without their fighters. That's another thing with the AI changes that I talked about in, I think, like 2 episodes ago.
Our launch bay has been destroyed.
Making stuff have a bigger response range to help the stuff that they're not helping. I'm not a big fan of that that death clone. It's just kind of weird. Alright. Mark 170s.
For the Empire.
Squadron standing by.
Blasted scum.
Draw their fire. Attack formation. Go after the I copy.
For some reason, the James Bond music always just reminded me of like the dial-up music. Or not music. That is definitely not music. The dial-up sounds. And I really hope there's enough people here that are old enough to remember that, or else I'm gonna feel bad. We are gonna lose Quinten. Oh woo.
Yes, Commander. Open fire.
You know what? No, you stay after the station.
Attack that target. Holding
Or not the
fire
station.
for
I guess Golans are stations.
I copy. Cruiser reporting.
They're definitely stations.
Targeting at
Not an I guess.
maximum firepower.
Captain on deck.
Gunship reporting.
Yeah.
Batteries online.
The dial-up sound, Exodus, is this horrible, horrible screeching that gave you access to the internet.
Yes, sir. Attacking
It
target.
was just awful.
At your command. Fire at will.
I mean, I also had dial-up relatively late,
Ready for battle.
too,
Flank speed.
because I lived out in the middle of the country,
Firing.
so we couldn't get cable. We had dial-up for a long time.
Targeting.
Then we got satellite when I was in like grade 8,
Ready for duty. Launching
which was,
attack.
no, it would have been grade 7 or 8, because it was around the time I started TR,
Attack position.
because it was when I got my computer.
Reporting in.
Weapons ready, sir.
Form up.
This is the captain. Adjust and fire.
Awaiting orders. Pressing the attack.
Uh,
Yes, Commander.
nothing is threatening us anymore. Yeah. Let's go blow up the rest of their stuff then. So many fighters. We're going to want some IPVs in this fleet. Or even the... We do have those secular fleets, so...
Initiating attack.
I mean, we always had to have satellite at that house up until my parents lost it.
Standing by. Loose missile.
I wouldn't even call it reliable. That, we always have outages.
Awaiting orders. We've got them on scopes.
Captain on deck.
Is it possible to make raid fleets only occur from adjacent enemy controlled planets instead of random have a chance of occurring? That would be very, very complicated.
Awaiting your orders. Yes, Commander. Ready. We're in attack position. Target sighted.
You'd have to pass a lot of information between galactic and
Awaiting your
tactical,
command. Your command.
which is complicated at the best of times. Okay, we lost 2 IPVs and Rar Quinten. Whoa. This has 2 secutors, yes, and 4 IPVs. So this is going to be better suited for
Heading to
anti-fighter fun. What I do need to do, as I was saying though, is build up more of the stuff. So we did get Eat and Ski, which are
in production.
Cruiser
2 new
reporting.
patron units there. Tuna's Burrito.
Constructing.
Get some TIE crawlers, so we can use the new model.
Constructing.
Some ATPTs. Alright, there's one of the CA heroes. Where else do we want? Let's get 2 more of you guys.
Building under construction.
There. I mean it's loosely possible, maybe.
We've
You-
located the enemy.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think. But I think there are some perceptions for like evaluating galactic conquest and context, but it's weird. Okay, so unfortunately Kryn isn't here. I thought if she was anywhere it would probably be here, which makes me sad.
Cannons armed.
This is potentially going to be a difficult battle.
Choose your
Alright,
reinforcements.
Shield Scar,
Reinforcements en route.
Terror of Ryloth,
Reinforcements en route.
and Nero's Curse.
Reinforcements
We're going to have
canceled.
fighters coming for us, so let's drop an IPV behind
Fall out.
each of those. Nero's Curse, you have to actually
We're moving
go
out.
to the battle. ISD2, CC
We'll be
VSD.
there shortly.
We're just behind the range of anything right now.
Thrusters. Cruiser here.
IPV up there.
Cruiser reporting. Attack.
Grumby, we can
Holding fire for
pretty
maximum
quickly
effect.
kill here because he's moving too far up.
Ready for battle.
Reporting in.
I just want to try to like pick them off from
Gunship reporting.
range.
I've got him. I've got him.
And this is Berg Sloan.
Targeting at maximum firepower. Roger that.
See if we can take out the heroes both first.
Target priority is the laser cannon.
Okay, there's the first one actually down already.
Interceptor squad reporting.
Arc 170s. You're gonna go in there. Allegiance, Terror of Ryloth? No, Nearest Curse. Terror of Ryloth is this one. Move up ISD. Which ISD is this? This is just a regular ISD. So we can get a kill.
Reporting. Star Destroyer standing by.
Okay.
Changing course.
Star Destroyer reporting in. Batteries online. Yes.
Okay, your shields, I don't think you're actually getting shot very much, so you should be able to recover your shield. That's just from power to weapons being used, I think. Move them up. There are arcs after the Luger Hulk? No. No, let's just make sure we're taking out the fighters. Can confirm I am not Lizard.
Awaiting orders.
Actually, the Luger Hulk might be the best option to take out because that is just going to keep spewing fighters at us.
Awaiting your
We
command.
need to not have fighters spewed at us.
Fire for maximum effect.
They're holding fighters for maximum effect.
Watch for enemy ships.
Copy. Commander. Go after them. Attack commencing.
Right, there's the first Luger Hulk. I'm gonna move over there. Allegiance or Invincibles are actually really, really strong right now. Probably stronger than they're gonna end up being. I'm not 100% sure how Jorrit set them up. So I'll have to. I haven't plugged them into the spreadsheet yet. Once that's done, they'll be a bit easier to see how they compare to everything. So it might be good for us that we're not fighting one yet.
Heading to destination.
I haven't used them in game much. All I know is Porto was talking, or Mr. Puerto Rican, one of the testers, has been, who's also training up to be a 3D modeler for the team. I was also talking about just them being really strong. So that's what I'm basing that off of. Kind of scared of them.
Our shields are down.
I'm not unnaturally Canadian. I'm
Engine system is down.
entirely naturally Canadian.
They've destroyed our ion cannon. Star Destroyer standing by. Star Destroyer reporting in.
Choose your reinforcements.
Our primary engine system is down.
I didn't want to lose units against the CSA.
Yes, Commander.
Targets in the enemy hangar base.
Awaiting orders.
Right. Well, we killed the hangars on that one. May as well get the Secutor to blow that up.
Copy. Advancing on target. Watch for enemy ships. Formation. Go after them. I'm on them.
Frequency
Our
open.
IPVs need to not die.
Eliminating target.
Is making an independent game in your team's future. It's something that we've talked about
Waiting your
off and on over the years, but not anytime soon. Like we need to finish at least one of the projects entirely that we've already got going on, and like I don't know that enough of us really have the time to do it. Like as long as I'm doing YouTube as my full-time job, I can commit to more projects, but that's not the case for everyone. They all have like school and real jobs and stuff.
The lasers are our
Whereas I get to sit here and play video games all day.
Targeting their weapon system.
We're moving out.
So we'd have to figure out a different way to do stuff, and then we'd have to. Like, it's a lot more work and it requires a lot more different skills, and then within the team, we wouldn't be able to do it as a free thing. So that always adds in other factors that you got to be careful of.
Reporting in.
Attacking primary target.
The lasers are our target. Roger that.
Priority target identified.
Form up.
And in that case, it also couldn't be Star Wars. So a lot of the stuff that people want us for, but where's that AMA? I have all the questions still. I keep wanting to record it, but then I never end up having a good chance. And I also don't want to be in an actual video, which is a problem, but it's going to happen soon. Or it was going to happen soon. We'll see how all this stuff impacts my schedule, but yeah. It could happen as early as this week. It's only like 12 months late. We are probably going to lose Nero's Curse, which is sad. Let's try to focus on the weapons that are closer. Can you, like, finish that off? You're taking your sweet time there.
Direct fire on the engines.
Yeah, so for a while I was going to do those weekly stream schedule videos, but that didn't work out super well the first time I did it. It was a weird format, and it mixed too much together. So like that, I'm going to just do one long video with it, and then if I get comfortable with actual cameras, maybe a vlog. But we'll see. Because I have this webcam just sitting here in front of me that I've never used.
The lasers are our target.
But cameras are scary.
Those torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
It's just from planning the mod long term for so long, I just end up thinking more long term than I really should. And ultimately a lot of that stuff doesn't even happen anyways. This whole fleet has just been destroyed.
Awaiting orders.
It's just going to be the seculars left.
Copy. Enemies in range. Closing on
Okay, the scimitars need to die.
Initiating
That's what needs to happen first.
Opening fire on the torpedo.
Use it for the next Siege stream. I've actually started playing Siege with controller, and I like that better. I don't remember if you were there for that, Exodus, but
Confirmed. Forward.
for anyone who does want to see more Siege, which I don't know how many people on the channel do, but it'll probably be streamed more. Well, not in the upcoming time, but yeah. Streams in general, I may not be able to do too much for a little while. Okay, this is going to get us even more killed. Don't destroy my engines. That is painful. Well, those fleets are now merged. I think they'll still produce stations, so I won't leave it unoccupied, or yeah, the space unoccupied at least. I feel like I did better with the controller. I was more comfortable with it at least. Empress. This is not what I signed up for. Alright, let's get rid of the station first. So, Shield Scar, Terror of Ryloth,
Let's move out.
IPVs,
Right
Baroque
away.
Lancer, Lancer,
Right
Allegiance,
away. Moving out. Heading out.
They must have just built. Okay, so yeah, that's the infrastructure AI thing happening. They have a ton of money, and basically what the infrastructure AI I've been talking about is set up to do is at the start of the GCs, there's an AI type that just builds structures really fast, and that's what they have activated for the CSA right now. It's supposed to switch into the regular playable AI, or regular enemy AI, whatever you want to call it. So that they can't do that. But it seems like in the time between the last battle and this one, they built that in Empress, because they have a fuck ton of money sitting around.
Reporting in. Open fire. Star Destroyer reporting in. Ready for duty. Destination confirmed.
Alright, let's just get everyone.
We've got them on scopes.
What causes the fighters to fling around the map? It seems to be something with formation space, or
Roger that.
squadron offsets. No, not squadron offsets. Formation spacing. It's weird. It used to be a much bigger problem than it is, which is still not fantastic, but it's better, so it is what it is.
Form up. Attack that target.
Thanks, Autofire. Appreciate it. Alright.
Waiting orders. Attacking target.
Ready for battle.
Copy. I copy.
Commencing attack run.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, let's try to take out the Empress.
Enemy ships.
Report.
Here I was thinking we'd just blow through the CSA. No problem.
Awaiting instructions.
It may cost us like half of our fleet.
Target priority is the laser. Yes, Commander. Direct fire at their laser cannon. Ready. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Alright.
Holding fire for maximum effect. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Last IPV is starting to move in. Halfway through the shields, and then we'll probably get through the hard points pretty quickly.
Cruiser reporting.
So,
Fire at will.
Ready to go, sir. Starting our sweep.
Commander, they're hitting us critical. Changing course to intercept.
Gunship reporting.
the Empress gets way more fighters than it's supposed to. I'm not sure why. Whether it was just like a typo in the entry for the thing.
Batteries online.
But that'll definitely change.
We've lost our turbo lasers. Weapons ready. Attacking.
Please, CSA, don't murder me.
Lock on, sir.
The CSA normally wouldn't also have the
The ion cannons are inoperable.
the
Yes, sir.
New Republic fighters.
Turbo laser battery.
Right now, I think the Empress only has one faction set for fighter spawns,
Your command.
so the CSA would have their own, typically shittier fighters. And get some missile blockers.
Has been destroyed. Ready for battle. Coming around.
I'll take care of this.
Roger that. Interdictor field engaged.
Reporting in.
God, there's just so many fighters.
The launch bay is gone. Ready for duty. Targeting. Reporting. Your command, sir. Target locked.
Yes, Commander. Move to attack.
Commander.
There's just the one IPV there is.
Form up. Holding fire.
Powder weapons, powder weapons. Most of the weapons that are left are facing the other way, so
Opening fire on the torpedo. Awaiting orders.
we're only getting killed by the swarms of fighters, so that's good.
Firing.
Never met them.
Where'd he go?
Reporting. Awaiting instruction.
I preferred his father.
Our engines are gone.
Alright, I think we're good. What did we lose, though?
Target those lasers. We've lost our turbo lasers. Reporting in.
I think this is still a serviceable fleet. We can take out the rest of the CSA with it. Okay, so we lost a CCVSD, Fury, Strong Like Bear, and 3 IP. That's actually not bad for what I thought it was going to be.
Ready to go.
Construction complete.
We'll leave Judicator here just to hold down the fort. Hold the fort. Hold down the fort makes no sense. It's not an inflatable
Ready to go.
flying fort.
On my
How's
way.
how's our friend the Bellator doing? 57%. So let's actually get Fast,
Vehicle in production.
Fury, and
Unit
Rara
in
Quinton. Oh,
production. Vehicle in production.
those IPVs stacked
in
up.
production.
Who's approaching what with the... Don't approach me. I have not granted permission for that.
IPV reporting.
That's not going to be good.
Gauge standing by.
Destination set.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay. Just when I was talking about how the New Republic is losing the war to everyone else. I mean, I wasn't just talking about that. I was thinking it. So much for killing the CSA in one episode.
The enemy is approaching.
Yeah, we got our Valaduja, we got our HV guns.
Reinforcements en route.
We don't have our HV guns. I didn't build them after we lost Kessel. I have to retreat.
Heavy victory is standing by.
I think.
Reinforcements en route.
Captain on deck.
Okay, let's just
Set.
move back.
Reinforcements en route. On
Roger
standby.
that. Full speed.
Reinforcements
Ready.
en route.
We're on our way. Cruiser reporting. Gunship reporting. Full speed ahead. Batteries online. Form up. Move out.
Reinforcements.
Okay, so we're just gonna run from you. Thanks for playing New Republic.
Ties reporting the lock. He's about to be destroyed. Roger that. Course set. Reinforcements en route.
No upstart region. I'm playing the Greater Madrid.
Orders, sir. Fire.
I've got him.
Thanks, out of fire.
Ready for
Like, I don't want to just sacrifice the station, but I also don't want to lose my entire fleet.
form up. What are your orders?
I'm gonna try to just see what we can do with our fighters, because they have like 15 capital ships.
Weapons ready. Reporting.
Standing by.
So we'll try to get behind the Valaduja.
Be there shortly. Yes, sir. Engines activated. I copy. Right away.
Target.
Moving out.
Get behind them. Narrowing
Our
position.
engines are gone, sir.
Excellent.
IPV reporting. Reporting.
I got one.
Alright,
Open
well,
fire.
you guys are already
Awaiting
here.
command.
Have them now.
Looks like we're...
Awaiting your command.
Closing on target.
The shields on holding. Cannons on.
I'm on them. Pursuing enemy forces.
Star Destroyer standing by. Yes, sir.
Enemies in range.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Oh, thanks, Admiral Kirk.
Let's finish him. Eliminating target.
Glad you enjoy the stuff.
Open fire.
All right.
Waiting orders.
Let's
My scopes
Our
are
primary
jammed.
engine system is down.
bombers. Actually, send the bombers after that Majestic.
The shields aren't holding.
Avengers. Send them after this group of fighters. Interceptors. That way. Fighters. That way as well.
Launch bay has been.
We're actually doing okay as far as fighters go.
Yes,
This ISD is mostly a write-off.
that's right.
Current commander here. Ready, go. Target
At your command. Awaiting orders.
locking on. I've got him. Nowhere to run. I've got him. I have them now. He's about to be destroyed. Enemies in range.
The Exodus.
Target locked.
You have a few minutes to finish the paragraph. Nice.
Eliminating target. Yes, commander. Falling out of formation. Coming around.
I don't know how much of this we want to sacrifice.
Almost gone. I've got him.
I don't want to sacrifice too many capital ships, but
Their fire. Attack formations away now.
the thing is, we're gonna get our Bellator soon.
Engaging the enemy. For another run.
We don't really have many places to fall back after this.
Attack that target.
They've destroyed our ion cannon.
Losing power. He's headed your direction.
The ion cannons are offline.
On this one.
Our primary engine system is down. Our turbo laser batteries have been disabled.
Narrowing position. Locking on.
Our shields are down.
Under control. Go after the stragglers.
Rip Providence.
Bombers standing by. Enemies in range.
Right. Bombers, get in with these ones. But that's actually going to be overkill. They're just going to have too much shooting at one hard point. We're going to lose everything. We're going to lose a lot of damage.
Target locked.
Awaiting your orders.
Surprised some of this stuff is still alive.
Awaiting your command.
Avengers. We've actually taken out a lot of their fighters.
This is the captain.
Okay, you guys turn around. Your backs on each other.
I've got him. Intercepting. Stay in formation. More enemy craft. Taking fire. Commander, they're hitting us. Get behind them. Where'd he go? We're being targeted. Copy. I have them now.
I think we're okay.
Bombers at the ring around. Sir, I've got him in.
Until they start jumping in the next round of ships, and then we're just
Your
fucked.
command, sir.
Getting along. I've got him. Where are the others? To run. Shield's almost gone. Copy. Intercepting. I'm on them.
Sachins are not going to be able to Sachin.
Draw their fire. Watch for enemy ships.
They're not going to be able to hang on to much there.
Attacking target.
Current commander here. Charge laser cannons.
Reporting in.
Stay in formation.
You know what? I'm not going to focus on the endurance. It doesn't have much firepower. It's already spewed out all of its fighters. It's just taking up pop cap now.
Get behind them.
You guys go after that. That MC90 is
Targeting
dead.
at maximum firepower.
I can't switch position. More enemy craft. Go after them.
Form up. Targeting.
Gun them down. Comlink active. Commander, they're hitting us. Fire unable to shake them.
I'm trying to save the ships and the Valaduja for the second wave of ships. Because they had like 15 capital ships. And we've killed 4. So once they start actually getting in more, then we'll be able to deal with that.
Go after the stragglers. Shield's almost gone. Taking fire.
They may not actually send in a second wave.
Cover me now. What are your orders?
If they decide it's not worth it, that'll be fine with me.
Engines are malfunctioning. Commander,
Our lasers are destroyed.
We'll just try to get the Valaduja to absorb the damage and then we'll kill everything. Rip. Alright, let's go for that one now. Fighters.
I copy. We're being targeted.
I just don't want to send it all too far out and then it jumps they'll jump a bunch of stuff on top and then everything just dies. It's never fun.
Attack formation. Move in. My scopes are jammed. Reinforcements en route. Where are the others? You won't be around much longer. Enemies in range. Shields almost gone. Target locked. Reinforcements en route.
Oh, there's the rest of the MC90s.
Target locked.
So we might want to pull our fighters back soon. This IPV is actually still getting stuff done over here. Okay, so you're going to fly up this way.
Taking fire. Excellent shot. I've been hit. I got one. Taking fire.
Are these ones stuck? Yeah. So that's just something weird that the AI sometimes has happened to them when they jump in some ships. I'm not sure what causes it. I'm hoping we'll be able to fix it. Where in more protracted battles, there will be some that just get no AI.
Go after them. Go after the stragglers. Retargeting. Get behind it. Regroup for
Alright, we may as well take out that endurance now.
position. We're being targeted.
You guys move in.
Is the laser cannons.
Unable to shake them. I'll take care of this.
I don't think they had any nebulas. Nebulae?
Reinforcements en route. Where'd he go? Engines are malfunctioning. Scum. Nowhere to run. I've got him. Falling scopes are jammed. Enemies in range. Draw their fire.
Reporting in. Ready for duty.
A good time for power to weapons when there's nothing else around that can take advantage of the fact that you have no defenses. It's not quite like Pterodoc. Automatic self-destruct.
The lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Roger that.
I copied.
I don't know why they're attacking me when this just means the Empire of the Hand is going to continue smacking them down. Because that's a hand, it's what it does.
Awaiting orders.
Alright. I think we're clear to start. Oh, never mind. They're jumping more in.
Copy.
Losing control.
Reporting.
Firing. Awaiting orders.
Ready. Firing.
Reporting.
Copy.
Star Destroyer standing by.
I copy.
I wish I could have just told them to wait for next episode to do this. That works much better with the episode schedule, but I guess the AI doesn't really care for making this a better series. They just want to fight for some reason.
Star Destroyer.
All heavily scripted.
The lasers are our target.
Target
I
critical.
copy.
I've got them in
Bomber targeting. Hit the ion
Yes,
cannon
Commander.
mix.
Our shields are down.
Engaging the enemy. Our engines are gone, sir.
Our engines are gone, sir.
What's still coming
The
in?
launch bay
Yeah,
is
that one's
gone.
just stuck there. I really wish we had the HV guns. This would be much easier.
Awaiting instructions.
Getting a lock.
Orders, sir.
Yes, Commander. Launching attack.
Reporting.
Targeting at maximum.
I think that Providence model is from like 2007. It's a slightly modified version of the one that we released with the Fall of the Republic mini mod. So it'll probably get redone at some point.
Are inoperable. We've lost our turbo laser.
Frequency open.
Probably not in the near future. So like the Nebula and Endurance is
Your command.
higher priority, and then getting the new content for Fall of the Republic
Closing
as
on
well.
target. I got him. Commander, they're hitting us.
I don't think we've lost anything,
Pursuing enemy forces.
any actual ships yet.
Our target priority
We must have.
the shields on
Alucard's dead.
your command, sir.
We'll see at the end of the battle what the casualties are.
Out our launch bay.
Alright, let's shift over to these MC90s. I'm just gonna group attack there. I actually moved my desk around when I got my monitor, so now I can use hotkeys more. I'm just used to not using them, so I probably still won't, but it's at least physically possible for me to. Yeah, this whole fleet is just dead.
The shields aren't holding.
As usual, it's going to be the two seculars that are left.
Ready. Our launch bay has been destroyed.
What are your orders?
Cruiser reporting. Target those lasers.
Because I have the game window in front of the stream window, I keep seeing just out of the corner of the screen a slightly delayed
They destroyed our ion cannon.
little bits of ships. It keeps scaring me.
Gunship reporting. Taking fire. Sir, Commander, they're hitting us.
Do they even... I don't think there's anything else for them to jump in. So this is the last of them. But this is also the last of us. It's actually not the last of us. But I just wanted to make a video game reference, so can you blame me? Is it worth jumping in the rest?
Batteries online.
I guess I could just...
Your reinforcements.
Moving out. Heading out.
Falling out of formation.
I've got him.
If I lose these guys, like if they jump something else in and I lose these ships because of that, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
Target locked. Eliminating target. Target the engines.
The lasers are our target. We've got them on scopes.
Ready.
On standby.
Right. They gotta get their shields down.
Our primary target.
Once the power to shields ability is over, that's gonna be usually one to take out. Let's get our bombers onto the home 1 type just before their shields start going back up.
Locking on.
Well, the reason they weren't doing anything to the shields is because it was using power to shields. So
TIE squadron standing by.
it'll start happening now.
Form up.
No, they were doing decent amounts.
Reporting.
Formation. Ready for battle. Eliminating target. Ready.
The shields were dropping on this one faster because it jumped in right in front of it, so it got the heightened damage for a short amount of time.
Copy.
If I had jumped them in farther back,
Copy.
then that wouldn't have happened, but 2v1 it should be fine.
Reported. Destroy.
Okay, let's take out the engines.
I'm on them.
Alright, so us in the New Republic just completely ruined each other's chances of standing up to anyone else. We lost Carl Vinson, Endeavor, 2 IPVs, Intensified Forward Firepower, Pestilence, Red Rocket, Republic Surplus, Sidonia, Spartan's Pride, and Missing. They lost 5 Home 1 types, 5 MC90s, 3 Majestics, and an Endurance. So only 11 capital ships, but then Majestics are kind of up there. And that's a lot of fighters they would have had there. Not as many as us, because of Valaduja. But that does mean
Constructing.
I need these guys back. Yeah, oh, that's why. Well, I can't really get around that.
Construction.
We have a lot of options for tax havens anyways. So, DeSevro, I think, is a good option for that.
Constructing.
We'll do DeSevro, and we'll get a an orbital trade port there. But I think we're going to leave it there for this episode. We're going to record one more live, I think, possibly 2. So if you're on the Twitch channel right now, we're going to keep going. If you are watching this on YouTube, see you next time. Thanks for watching. All right.